Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
The Organization. Operative Nova is a spy thriller told in 3 mission arcs, following Nova Dunn as she graduates from training into fieldwork for a shadow agency that audits and intervenes where official channels cannot. Her first assignment is a dinner sting on a high-level government insider, Philip Gregory Thomas, where she is ordered to assess any personal connection before deciding whether to kill him. That night becomes a test of discipline, because Thomas is tied to the operation that cost Nova her father, and Nova's choice to follow protocol sets bigger pieces in motion. From there, the book widens into a human trafficking investigation under an FBI cover, and later a tightening endgame involving a Russian-linked network, a brutal adversary named Bull, a kidnapping that turns personal, and a late emotional reveal that reframes what Nova thought she'd already lost. What I liked right away is how the author, Daniel C. Davis, leans into the nuts and bolts rhythm of tradecraft without making it feel like homework. The name, ID, code cadence has a steadying effect, like a metronome that keeps the story taut, even when Nova's emotions are trying to sprint ahead of her training. And when the book wants to slow down, it earns the pause with sensory clarity. A restaurant scene doesn't just exist as a backdrop. It smells like seared meat and polished wood, and you can almost hear the clink of glass as Nova watches a man talk himself into deeper and deeper trouble. I also appreciated the mission structure. It makes the pacing clean, but it still leaves room for character beats that land because they come after pressure, not before it. The ideas underneath the action are what stuck with me after I closed it. This is a book about competence, yes, but it's also about restraint. Nova's first mission is basically a moral stress test dressed up as an operational one, and the story keeps returning to that question. What does it cost to follow orders when your anger has a point? The trafficking arc gets especially heavy, and I'm glad the book treats it as ugly and urgent rather than as a sleek plot device. There's a moment where the timeline tightens around a shipment, and the writing makes the risk feel immediate in a simple, stomach-dropping way. Then the later chapters pivot into something more intimate and raw, with Nova learning truths that don't come with clean relief. The Dear John section, in particular, reads like the story finally letting Nova stop performing toughness for 2 minutes, and it hit me harder than some of the violence did. Operative Nova sits firmly in the modern espionage thriller lane, closer in feel to the Bourne Identity than to slower, quieter spy fiction, but with a more emotional through line than you might expect from a Mission of the Week setup. If you enjoy fast procedural scenes, morally messy assignments, and a lead who is both highly capable and visibly haunted, you'll likely tear through it. I'd recommend it most to readers who want their spy thrillers sharp and propulsive, but who also appreciate when the story pauses long enough to let consequences bruise.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.